Hi everyone, are you ready for another crochet project? Because I have one for you. Look at this cute garland that you can make. There are many people online that are making this right now, but I found one specific that I really loved, and it makes it look like a cable that's coming in. Look how nice that is. Now it's simple yet difficult, and what I mean by that is it's only one stitch all the way up, but it's a little bit difficult. You tend to get loops that disappear on you, but I'll show you what I've come across and ways that you can avoid that from happening. I did use, for this, Big Twist red yarn, Michael's, I believe. Big Twist this. I didn't use like a very, say, solid dramatic green. It was more of a muted because I wanted to have more of like a classic look. And instead of using white, I chose to use kind of like a tan or a khaki. So, and I would say with this, it may be a little time consuming, but it really is based on how long you want your garland to be. So come along with me and I'll show you how to make this. Hi everyone, I'm going to walk you through how to make this amazing stitch to make this ribbon garland. I am currently using cream, red, and green, but you can use whatever you want. And I did get this tutorial on TikTok from Stitch Plus Flick Crochet, and it's at Stitch and Flick. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with a slip knot. So you're going to have the tail under here, wrap it around. There we go. And I am using a size 4 or E hook, which is a little bit smaller than the yarn that I'm using recommends. It recommends a 5, but I felt like it wasn't as tight as I wanted. So once you go ahead and you get that slip knot, you're going to go ahead and chain 3. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. There we go. Whoops. Now once we have that, we are going to insert the hook in the second chain from the top. So we're going to go ahead and insert that here. And we're going to loop over, pull through, and we're missing one little tiny thread. So right now we have 2 hoops on your crochet hook. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into the last stitch on the tail there, yarn over, pull through. Now we have 3 hoops. Now here's a little bit of a tricky part. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your crochet hook out of the first 2. You're going to yarn over and pull through the first one. Then you're going to go into the second loop. Sometimes it gets a little difficult. There we go. And we're going to pull through. And now the last one. See, you've got 3. The last one you're going to pull through. And as you can see, we are back now where we started. So let's go ahead and do it again. It's always the last one gets a little hard sometimes. You tend to lose it sometimes, but you just pull that out, and there you go. Oh, we're missing some. There we go. Now, when I said that this is simple but a little bit difficult, this is the difficult part. The third loop is always a little rough. Go ahead and pull it through, just the third loop. There we go. And whenever I finish the loops, I always pull this out a little bit to make the loops kind of a little bit bigger, because if they're a little bit bigger, then you won't lose them as easily. So go ahead and pull that out. We're just in the first stitch. Now we're going into the second stitch and the third stitch. And there we are. Now look how nice this stitch is coming along. It's a nice, beautiful cable stitch. Let's go ahead and do it one more time. We're going to pull this out. And I kind of pinch them a bit so that I don't lose my loops. Now go into, and if I feel like I'm losing them, I just grab them and pull them out a bit. Which you're going to be doing a lot as you do this. But it comes out so pretty. And now the last one. There we go. But as you do it, it gets a little bit easier. Obviously, I've been doing it a while and it's still a little difficult, but it's great practice. There we go. All right, let's see. Let's do one more, okay? And as you can see, I messed up a little bit here, but once you hang the garland, you don't really see the places where you mess up a little bit, so it'll be just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and pull it out. Have it just in the first loop. Loop around, pull through. Now go through the second. Loop around, pull through, and go to the last one. Loop around, pull through, and there you go. And what you're going to do is you're going to do this, you're going to continue doing the same exact thing for 51 stitches, or you can make it as long as you want. Really is depending on how long or how big you want your bow. So go ahead, do 51 stitches, and come on back, okay? I'll see you in a bit. All right, everybody, welcome back. I am pretty far along. This is as long as I want it to be. It's longer than 51 stitches, but it's where I'm happy. Is it perfect? No, but I'm happy with it. So what we're going to do to finish this off is we are going to go ahead and loop over and pull through all three at the same time. And we are going to chain one and pull that through. And cut it. Now we're going to go ahead and pull that tight. There we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and hide those pieces. And I'm going to thread my needle. There we go. Okay, and I keep the tail quite short. And I go on the underside. And I just stick that through. And I just go through the edge. There we go. And pull it on through. And now I go ahead and weave it on the other side. are. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut that piece off. And then just pull a little bit and that piece will hide right on in there. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Now on the side where we started, I always go to the other side there and pull that through. It kind of pulls it together so it's not, it seemed like it was a bit loose before. So I do that first and then I'll go ahead, go through the sides and come on out. Go. Now go ahead and go on the other side. And then I go through the top. There you go. There we go. All right. Now to the part where we go ahead and make the ribbon. All right, let me show you how I made that ribbon. You're going to take your right hand and you are going to place it right on these two fingers. You're going to pull this over, pull the left to the right. We're going to take this and go under both. See how I went under both? And we're going to pull over, move this one to the side, okay? And now we're going to go under right here. We're going to go right here in this hole. Okay, and then you're going to pull this and pull both. We're going to take it off and we're going to adjust it just a bit. And I always play around with it just a little to see what works best for me. And once you do that, you have the bow that you're looking for. There you go. And when you already have part of the garland where you're going to go ahead and add this on, you're going to put this through the other bow just like that. And now you're going to get out your right hand, put it right here. We're going to move this over and this side over here. Now we're going to put this through here. Okay. Now it's going to come over. Okay. And we're going to put it right here. And we're going to pull it tight there. And there we are. We move along, make the ribbon that we're looking for. And it's so cute. It looks like you spent a lot of time, well, you're going to be spending a lot of time on this, but even as a new crocheter, it looks very professional. So surprise some of your family members and start making a garland. You can even make one of these and just put the bow on a present. Something for them to see how you're coming along with your new hobby. All right, well, thanks again for watching me. If you can, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you ever have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. Bye for now.